Welcome to Music Matters 2020. I'm your host, Jason Tramm, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're a unique and new and growing podcast community that deals with what's going on in classical music today in 2020 as seen through the eyes of distinguished colleagues. Please like us on Facebook, like us on YouTube, and hit that subscribe button for the most up-to-date information on upcoming guests and topics. Like our videos and share them. And remember, use the chat feature on this show, and you can ask questions. We love it when our guests join the conversation. It just makes it so much more interesting. So thank you so much for joining us, and welcome to Music Matters 2020. Our guest today is Natasha Novitskaia, a colleague and friend of mine, and I'm delighted that she can join us. Welcome, Natasha.
Thank you, Jason, for inviting me for your program. It's an honor to be here. And I came here as a dramatic mezzo and also as a director of a grandi voce concerts. So the project I'm doing last, I would say, couple of years, but it's much more to that, as we will see. So, and I probably need to tell a little bit about myself.
Yeah, let's start with your journey as an artist.
Yes. Well, my journey as an artist started when I was 6 years old because my mom brought me to music school in Russia, in St. Petersburg, where I'm from. And she actually had education as a piano player, too. And, she was, my mom and my dad, they both were professors in chemistry. And my mom actually created nuclear submarines.
Wow.
So, yeah, I know. It's a scientist Russian family, but we all love music, and we all were playing in family. And I knew I was going to be a singer when I was 13 because I was singing all the time, winning children's competitions, singing in big philharmonic hall in Russia as a soloist all the time. So, and but my mom said, no, you have to have a decent job to earn money. So, and I didn't know any other decent job except I really liked literature and not much money in that, but I got my master's degree in Russian literature. And also after I did it, I got a bachelor degree in marketing. And also my music degree, like a bachelor in music and performance, I got already in the United States.
So which Russian authors do you enjoy the most?
Well, I was in the poetry a lot, in the poetry of beginning of 20th century, in the whole this aesthetic of symbolism. I love Acmeism, Nikolai Gumilev, I like Mandelstam. So I like so many things. It's you can do another program with me about Russian literature. It's a lot of that. So, but anyway, since my childhood, we had a lot of friends in the opera theater. They came to our house. I was playing. They were singing from conservatory, from opera. So it's like house full of music all the time. So, but the long story short, it's happened in life that at some point when I had a child. And, at some point I was really, really poor because we got divorced with my husband. I couldn't really take music lessons. So it's a different kind of poor than in the United States. So, for example, like 4 months, you eating only rice. For 4 months, it's just I was so skinny, it was so good. I was a model, because I looked so great. So, but it was a tough time. And I actually come back to singing seriously, professionally, when I met my husband. I met him in St. Petersburg, and I moved to United States. It was 18 years ago. And my first professional teacher was Ellen Fole. Ellen Fole, who was teaching in Juilliard. She was really famous in New York, and she was retired in Portland, Oregon area in Commerce, Washington. And she was actually like my local mom, singing mom. She really helped me so much, but she was already was older lady. And in 2007, we moved with my husband to East Coast because I wanted to be close to New York too. So, and since that time, I was in New York most of my time, except 2 years I spent in Berlin, in Germany.
Did you sing in Germany? Were you studying voice while you were in Germany as well?
No. In Germany, I was living already like from 2014 to 16. Then already after I came to New York, we just moved to Europe for a while. I thinking the same right now to go there for a while. We will see what's going to happen, because Europe starting to reopen.
They seem to be a little ahead of the
And
United States in terms of the performances reopening a bit.
yeah, and I have a contract with Berlin Symphoniker in October. I don't know if I could go. I would love to, because they postponed the performance from August to October.
Well,
Also, I have a performance in Lincoln Center that was postponed, Beethoven 9. So we will see how it's going to happen. I don't know
certainly,
anymore.
so many of us have had those performances shifted and canceled and rescheduled, and we're all in that holding
Yeah,
pattern, waiting for things to come back again. Certainly.
yeah, we don't really know. We just waiting. So we just waiting and do the best, practicing at home and recording. So this is how it happened, and I'm going to talk later about that at the end of the program. So, but I would like to say how actually the situation with Grand Devote concert came. Uh, when I met Matthew Leifer, the he was organizing for me auditions in Arena di Verona and in Rome, and we were in Italy, and he proposed to sing Giuseppe Giacomini, and I said, of course, I would love to work with him, but already he was, after a stroke, difficult time. So we went to him, and I said, Matthew, he is such a great singer, really, and he's so underrated. How I feel about him. We need to do something for him. We need to do the concert for him and try to help him. You were his manager almost all his life. So, and he said, yes, I thought about it, and it worked out. It was really up and down all the time, where to find the money, how to do that, how to do that. But our great friend, Deborah Sordi, was helping us. She's wonderful. Help concert in Carnegie. Leader Kranz gave the orchestra for that. Eve Queller was conducting. It was a wonderful singer singing there. I was really honored to sing there with Miris Radames duet. So, it all came together.
So tell me what it's like to. Now I've also done a fair amount of concert production. What's it like doing a concert like that for the first time, honoring such a great artist as Giacomini?
The thing is, I can tell you that a lot of this job was doing Deborah Sordia. But the thing is that the program would be featured most of the Giacomini roles that he sang. You invite Cheryl Mills, who came and gave Giacomini his award. So it was very touching, to tell honestly. And when he came to New York, he didn't sing for several years because of stroke. And he said, I think everybody forgot me. Nobody remembers me. It was so sad. And he took him to Metropolitan. Metropolitan Opera gave him wonderful tickets and his family, and he took him backstage. And it was an Aida production, and Daniele Rustioni, who was conducting, he stand on his knees in front of Giacomini. It was amazing. Everybody was so happy he came. It was amazing. And when people were honoring him, he saw that people remember him. It was wonderful. So, but at that time, I didn't have any organization. It was just sort of like idea and sort of like, but it was sort of like where it came from. everything.
So you get to bring
And
your experience as a mezzo and as an artist, as a vocal artist, and you get to apply that to something brand new, and also your organizational skills and what it's always fun to work on putting the pieces together, and it's exciting. In the end, it's I know I've been through that process. Is when you watch it all come together, and
yeah,
both a performer and an artist, it's really
yeah.
exciting.
And the thing is that I thinking about Grandi Voices, doing like 2, 3, maybe concerts a year between the gigs, because it's great time to practice your skills, and you need to be always on the public. You just cannot sit and wait, oh, we are going to have a gig in half year. No, you don't. You need to do something about that. You need to expose yourself, you need to learn, and it's a new role, so you need to try it someplace, right? So, and also it's a great to work with a colleague, and all people with whom I work in the friends. So let me tell you about the next step. Next step, it was my work with Francisco Casanova. And again, lifer, who was kind of, he was a big part of my life as a manager and a friend. He's still a wonderful friend. So I met Francisco, and we started to work every week. We started to work. He was coming to Urea Studios, and we were practicing. Alain Rinaldi was playing often. So we sang Trovatore duets, we sang Aida duets, Cavalleria. We're going to sing some Son Dalila duets. We were going to do a series of concerts, and he wanted to take me to his concert to Dominican Republic that was sponsored by the government. So unfortunately, he got really sick, and even we started to do the concert Viva Verdi. This concert is my first concert, real, that I myself produced and organized myself. So, and why Viva Verdi? Because he was with Francisco Lopez in Verdi. And he was already very, very sick with cancer when he sang it. But the video we're going to see is the last his video when he was singing that kind of concerts like that. And you need to remember he was very sick, but he still great.
A
Really
regular at
great
the
artist.
Metropolitan Opera and a wonderful artist, and this is Francisco Casanova. And we're going to play the video from that concert.
Yes, and I just 1 second. And also, I would like to play after that video of Gustavo Aiuli, who is really good friend, dramatic baritone, who was on this concert too. I love Gustavo dearly, and he recorded for me a special video about me. What I was really pleased what he did say, but it's very nice of him. Thank
I
you,
haven't seen
Gustavo.
Gustavo in many years. We worked together years
Let,
ago. It's such a the music community is such a small community. It's always great to see friends you haven't seen in a long time.
let's play those
Here we go.
videos.
Io non mi tema, se anco armato mi vede. Ecco la fine del mio cammino. Come sei pallida e stanca e muta e bella maligna stella, fredda come la casta tua vita, e nel cielo assorta. Desdemona, Desdemona. Ah, Marta, Marta.
Hi everybody, how are you? My name is Gustavo Awali. I'm a baritone, originally from Argentina. Although I've been living in this country for about 20 years now. I am currently living in Washington, D.C., where I teach for the Catholic University of America in the Vocal Performance Division. Today I want to talk a little bit about my experience working with Grandi Voci concerts and Matthew Leifer Artist Management. Um, Actually, I worked with them a couple of occasions, 2 concerts, more precisely. Really, really allowed me to present my artistry, my singing, next to artists of high caliber. One of them, particularly Natasha Novitskaia, a dear mezzo soprano with an amazing voice that I enjoy very much singing with and listen to sing, of course. One of the last occasions was a concert that we did in New York City, and one of the artists that were part of it was Francisco Casanova, a dearest friend of mine and of Matthew Leifer as well, who unfortunately left us recently. And this was a really magnificent concert, so well put together by Grandi Voci Concerts and Matthew, of course. And this is an occasion that will keep in my heart and my memories forever, because it was so artistically fulfilling. And also the fact that I was surrounded by these amazing artists.
And we're back, and I'm here with Natasha Novitskaia, and we just watched a beautiful bit of a concert from with Francisco Casanova that was at the Opera America Center at beautiful Mark Skorka Hall. So what was it like to produce a concert like that, be involved in a concert like that, be involved in the shaping of that performance?
Well, I can tell you, producing the concert, organizing everything, and singing in the concert is really hard. But it's doable. It's really doable. But next time, I can tell you, I'm going to take somebody to do some of this job, because I don't really want to sing
I say
more.
that every time I conduct a concert and do the same thing. It's always so much work to raise the sponsors, do the programs. There's so many moving parts.
Yeah. Well, everything was working well, and thank you, Gustavo, for recording such a sweet video about me, because, well, it's, singing with friends is always fun, I can tell you. And Craig Ketter was playing, and he played beautifully. He's such a wonderful piano player. So, this was first concert, as I said, that we already organized myself and produced. With consulting of Mezzo Leifer. He always had a wonderful artist, and his artist was always singing in the concert.
Let's give a shout out to Matthew Leifer, who's on the call right now. He's on the show, is making lots of comments.
We appreciate your help. I appreciate your help personally always. So, but after everything happened that this concert, Francisco died. He was already sick singing. He was in hospital. We came to see him. And when we understood that they're not going to operate on him, we understood that he's not going to live. So, and when it happened, it was inevitable. So it was so sad, and Matthew was devastated. He was his friend, and we just talked over and decided we need to do concert for him, like a farewell,
a tribute to a
friend.
great artist.
Tribute to great artist and friend. It's a personal, professional, everything. So everybody who sang in memory of Francisco, next concert I produced, everybody who played, everybody who sang, everybody was doing it for free, just because of Francisco. And we had Elaine Rinaldi, who was his friend. He was Deborah Sordi, who was his friend. Gregory Buchhalter, who worked with him in Metropolitan. Brian Roney, who was his student. And we have there's a picture on Facebook, like a lot of big group of people singing. We all did. It was a big concert. It was a really good concert, and everybody brought the best they had. Unfortunately, what happened, the camera broke when we did this concert. And Matthew had his camera that doesn't produce really good pictures of camera, but it's recording sounds beautifully. So, and we have some pieces of that, but we don't have a good video, unfortunately. Only like good sound. um, the hall was full. So many people came. It was very touching, you know. And the last piece, we finished it with Francisco singing, and we were there listening to his singing, honoring him. So, and unfortunately, his wife couldn't come because she just couldn't. Um, and I would like to listen. I have short video of Jacqueline Quirk, who is a dear friend, a wonderful soprano, lyric soprano. We did with her in Italy, Sora Angelica together, and she's going to sing Senza Mama because she sings so beautifully. Let's listen to her.
Jacqueline will be on the show. She'll be on Music Matters, I think in October, mid-October. So look on.
Oh,
She'll be on here.
wonderful.
A preview.
Yes. Yeah, let's listen a little bit to her.
Hi guys, my name is Jacqueline Quirk. I hope you're well today. I'm an international opera singer, soprano. I've sung all over the world, the US, a lot in Italy, as well as Japan and Hawaii. Lots of roles, especially Puccini. My experience with Le Grande Voce is this season I was asked to be in a great concert in December in New York City in honor of memorial concert in honor of Francisco Casanova aria, and I chose Senza Mamma, a Puccini piece. It's dear to my heart. It's also where I made my Italian opera debut with the role of Sor Angelica, and also sending the prayer up to the beloved Francisco Casanova tenor. I had a great experience working with them and working in that concert and singing in that concert with some great colleagues as well. That was really wonderful. Again, I highly recommend Le Grande Voce concerts agency and series, and I hope and I'm sure they'll be doing more concerts in the future. Ciao.
And that was Jacqueline Quirk, lyric soprano from the Francisco Casanova Memorial Concert, and
Yeah.
such a wonderful way to pay tribute to such a remarkable artist. Everyone gets to pay their respects, and they get to honor him the best way you can is to make music. So what was that? What did that feel like?
You know, it's just when you have a dear friend who passed away, it feels like you have to do something for that. Not, you cannot just forget about that and go on with your life. It doesn't work this way. So I can't. Even I didn't know Francisco for a long time because of intense work we were doing together and concerts and friendship. It was sort of like I had to do it.
Well, I'm
So, and
so glad you did, and so many artists gave their heart and soul, and it's really touching to see that.
yeah, some people in the concert really know him very well. Some people just came to sing for him, but it doesn't really matter. It's a matter that we did it. It was really, I don't know. It was really nice. And the thing is that since that time, it was like second concert I produced with Matthew Lifer Artist Management together. So, but it was me who did it, put it together. And the third concert, it was inevitable. It was inevitable. It was with you. And it was such a wonderful to work with you, Jason, because you're so professional. You organized orchestra so quickly. We have only 2 rehearsals, but what you did for those rehearsals, so it's amazing.
Well, I find that when I work with other partners, I have to work with people who are really quality partners. I've been in the business for a long time, and I've worked with a lot of different people.
Yeah.
I'm so used to doing it by myself that when I have a good partner to work with, it's really a pleasure to make a concert come together. Everyone does their part, and it's the parts come together, and we create something that's really special. That's what's the most fun for me is finding partners who are real collaborators, and that's what makes the art form so fun.
The thing is that this concert was really, we wanted to feature dramatic voices. This is a special topic for me, and we're going to bring this topic in this program through the last half what we have. So the thing is that thank you for Stefanos Koroneos, who gave us a great idea in name of the concert. I wanted to do Opera James, and he said, you need to do Art of Dramatic Voices. All your voices are dramatic, and you do dramatic concert, and thanks for him. So he helped us with the name. And a lot of people came abroad. Alla Perchikova came from Germany. Joanna Parisi came from Italy, where she's married to Bas Calamboro. So it's Gianni Parisi Calamboro now. And Don Kwan-shin came from Korea. It's like it's a big international cast. So also Don Kwan-shin came. He was singing in Vienna Staatsoper. He was singing in Covent Garden. He was singing in so many in Dresden. He was in so many great theaters singing Krodames. Kevin Shore just finished his Porgy bass. He was another singer featured, but he was a guest. He was a guest who was singing. So Jana was a guest as well, and only one non-dramatic voice. It was Maria Brea, and Maria Brea was just prize winner of Venus competition, and she is beautiful soprano, and I really wanted her beautiful aria. So, and it's sort of like again, I did a lot of work. I did a lot of work, but it was fun, especially now when you're in COVID situation and when you want so desperately live concert, live music. I remember it like great time working all together.
You know what? It's with the concerts like that. When we're in the moment and we're so busy and we've got so many other obligations that we just kind of run around, and it's such a frantic moment. But now that I look back, that was my last performance before everything closed up, and that was
yes, exactly.
And now I've gotten to hear it so many times, and I'm so glad that we recorded and documented those things.
I'm glad we did it. And, I want to say special things about Alla Perchikova. I actually have, besides Matey, I have 2 business partners. One of my partners, Lily Sassoon Artist Management. She's extremely talented young woman. She's a businesswoman with wonderful ears for music and artists, and we started to work recently. But I really enjoy to work with her. She really understands artists and voices. What is amazing, she's a speech pathologist, and she was involved with opera music for almost all her life. She has a wonderful ears for artists, and I can tell you when I met her, I was really surprised that somebody who is not a singer, who's not a conductor, she is really understanding the voices, and she also really good with business. So she is amazing, amazing woman. And another my business partner who became actually as my sister, I can say it, Alla Perchikova. She is from St. Petersburg. She is wonderful singer, dramatic soprano. She was singing in Germany a lot. She was one of the winners of Belvedere competition. She, we have the same background from the same city, basically, and we have equal understanding about music, voices. That she became like a big part of my family.
It was wonderful
like
to
my
meet her
sister.
and great to make music with her. It was the first time we had worked together. I've worked together with a bunch of the other singers on that program, but that was the first time I met her, and she was such a warm and giving artist.
Yeah, she is. She is, and she is honest. She is very, the people. I like people people like you can rely on, honest people. I don't like to play games with people. I want real people. So, and she is so down to earth. She is so real. She is so honest, and she is fantastic, fantastic dramatic soprano. So, can we have recordings of her? And we also have recordings of Maria and Joanna. I really would like to introduce those singers.
Sure. So the first
in
one will
our
be
program.
Alla Petrikova, who's a dramatic soprano. These recordings are all from the Art of Dramatic Voices that was in March of 2020
Operatic.
at Merkin Hall. Here we go, Quentin.
And you can sing.
I'm soprano Joanna Parisi. I had the wonderful experience of singing concerts with Grandi Voci, a concert agency founded by Natasha Novitskaia Adams, who is a wonderful dramatic mezzo soprano, a great artist in her own right. Not only is Natasha an exceptional and talented singer, she has the great and rare capacity and attention to detail for planning concert events. The concerts that I participated in were in the New York City and Lincoln Center area. The artistic level was very high, with great singers from the Metropolitan Opera and internationally. And not only, Natasha has the great ear to have presented exceptional upcoming artists that for sure we're going to be hearing a lot from in the near future. Grandi Voci is a wonderful and valuable group to the New York City area because it is promoting opera and keeping the art alive in these difficult times for all. She has a great passion for dramatic and exciting operatic repertoire, which is not always so easy to find and so easy to hear, and she makes it very accessible for a wide range of audiences.
And those examples were all from the Art of Dramatic Voices at Merkin Concert Hall in March of this past year. And it was such a pleasure to make music with you and with these fantastic artists. And thank you for helping put this together. And so what's next on the docket?
Oh, Jason, next we're going to survive this COVID. I'm working toward some concert with Jodie Karam and her organization Opera Earth. I recently moved from New York to Orlando, where we have a house, and I'm singing while I'm trying to find here people. And I talked to a wonderful person, Shirley Wang, who is soprano. We're probably going to do some Trovatore project here. But I really would like to talk more about the dramatic voices and why we were doing this project too, because it's a really important thing I would like to say. Also, the more recording, it's me singing with Don Quanshin, Amneo with Radames duet, Kevin Short singing, and the thing is that dramatic voices right now are really suffering in our business, in our world, because opera become a business and people, and very young people cannot sing dramatic roles because they and voices really coming to bloom, dramatic voices after, let's say 33, 34, 35. 35, I would say. The cut-off age for competitions probably is 33. Many of the important competitions 30. So that's alone. I know several wonderful voices who don't want to sing, who don't want to sing at all because they have family, they have children. They say we're afraid to leave our jobs, go to sing, even very, very dramatic tenors, very dramatic sopranos, very dramatic mezzos. They have a lot of wonderful lyric voices around, but it's difficult for dramatic people because of age and because of how business is working right now. A lot of lyric voices starting to sing heavy roles, and 2 3 years so they cannot sing anymore.
Yeah, that's been a real problem, is pushing the young talent too soon, too fast into too heavy roles, and within a couple of years their voices can't
Yeah,
sustain that abuse.
yeah, yeah. And also, I want to tell you that if you after 35, nobody cares about you. So because it's business, people need to sell tickets, you need to make names. And if you don't have a big names, but you can sing well, no, it's how it is. And I would say, my friend Alfred Chikova, she has an agency in Germany, Le Grandi Voci. And she has also Opera Line Institute, what she's trying to develop and help young dramatic, not young, but dramatic voices to be heard and find jobs for them. And she's great on that. So, and also, it's just, it was really big problem, money wise for dramatic voices and career wise. And if you go to the big problem is that people who go into theater, opera theater, and they hear all these lyric voices singing dramatic roles, the ears starting to be trained wrong. Why I love this old Metropolitan Opera streaming they're doing, like they did with Leontyne Price. It was amazing, like they did with Jesse Norman. I love it. Do more, like they did with Giuseppe Giacomini. You know, just please do more of this old streaming when people really hear right voices and how to sing right, because it's not right if somebody has a light voice and going to sing Radha Mess. It's just completely
Yeah,
wrong.
I share your feelings as well. My mentor was Alfredo Salippini, who was a wonderful Verismo conductor, and he was the pianist for Franco Corelli, and they worked together quite often. And was sitting with Maestro Salippini, I was absorbed with the Italianate sound and style from a very young age, and now when I hear a lot of what I hear on the stage, I get very disappointed because I'm not hearing the dramatic voices I would expect to be in that roles.
Exactly. I was driving my car the other day and I was listening to Corelli. I stopped actually watching where I'm going.
I'll pull off the side of the road and hear.
So, but and this is the thing why I would like to continue sort of like in this direction if I can, except I hope my Geek and Dinkman Center and this Berliner Symphoniker would happen. I hope so. We don't know. And I would like to continue with my Granty Vachi concerts as well, because I think it's important. And I also would like to say, I don't want to forget my dear friend Ali Milstein, who played for us rehearsals. She's a wonderful piano player. So I want to remember everybody who really contribute to the agency.
Well, I enjoyed meeting her too. It was the first time we'd worked together. We have a million mutual friends. Almost everyone you've mentioned today is either on the show or has been on the show. So it's such a small world. The New York opera scene is very small.
Yeah, it's a very small world. It's true. So I'm trying to think what else I would like to say to you. I don't know. I just want to tell you probably that, about dramatic voices. I want to tell you one more thing that I want to mention really. It's really difficult to teach big voices. And very few people know how to do it. So I was very happy to start with Ellen Fall. And I was singing at that time, I was singing soprano roles when it started. And I was really happy that I'm able to work with Bill Schumann. And I'm really happy that Allah introduced me to her teacher, William Jones, who was a tenor, brilliant tenor, who sang with Domingo a lot. And I'm working with wonderful other people, even through Skype. We work with David Santin Manoli. It's constant. It doesn't matter that it's COVID or virus. It's going to come back. And you need to be ready. You need to work every day with your instrument. And since I can tell you, since last half year, I really got in my 3 octave French. I sing in Ulrika and I'm singing Ebele.
So tell some of the younger members who may be on the show, what's it like being a dramatic voice? You've been studying your whole life. You've been training. How often do you take lessons? How often do you coach? How often do you practice? Give us a little bit of your routine.
Well, I practice almost every day except 1 day a week when I have, because if I don't sing, I don't live. This is how it is. With coaches, I used to, since March, I didn't see any coach alive. It's only through internet. I'm going to see Gregory Buhalter next week. I'm really excited about that. I'm going to drive him.
Greg Buchhalter, he just Maestro Buchhalter just commented on the chat feature, so he's on here too.
Oh, great! So I love to work with Greg, and I used to go once a week to coach or twice a week to coach. It depends what I was doing. And the teacher, with William Jones, he works through the Skype like a few times a week for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes they work. And with Bill Schumann, I see Bill, but not really often, unfortunately, right now. And I'm going to see him on the fall here. But I would say, the teachers are quintessential. And good coaches are very important as well. So it's all in the result.
It takes a whole, so many skills to be a talented singer, and the dramatic possibilities, the vocal possibilities, everything, the musical direction. All of these things take so much time, and then to be a dramatic voice, it takes a long time. It has to be the right fit, and
it's a long time to go. It's a long shot, but if you really go, you would be really happy. Another thing I wanted to tell you that I got very lucky in my life because I'm surrounded by such wonderful people in my life. And you cannot do things alone right now. You need to have a group who support you, who trust in you. You need to have your family who trust in you. You need to have people around you who becomes your family, and the colleagues. You cannot make things alone. You need to have people around you.
Well, opera is by its very nature, opera means the collaborative art form. So, without the many people, it's just not that interesting.
Yeah, but it's sort of like also core of people who believes in you. Like Matthew also always believes in me. Lily believes in me. Allah, we believe in each other. So it's sort of like a people who you can trust, and people with wonderful ears and knowledge about opera.
Well.
So this is I think that it's very important that everybody in this business need to understand that it's a business where you're so much connected to everybody, and it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things about that, but being positive and being helpful and being a good friend, this is very important.
Well, these are all advice you can give to singers who may be on here and others who are in our field. We're all in this giant ship on the sea together, and we're kind of waiting for the storm to pass.
Don't stop. Pandemic going to end. I can tell you, when I was going back and forth with my singing until before I came to States. So, and I can tell you, when I was not singing, I don't count it like I was leaving, because it's not who I am. As soon as I come back to singing, it was like, this is a life. The life has a color, it's who you are. You cannot deny it.
Well, such beautiful words.
Stay on your track, people.
Beautiful words.
Believe.
And what are you doing in this COVID time? How are you making music? How are you doing any projects virtually? What are you doing to keep your skill set up?
Yeah, the wonderful composer David Winkler, who was on your show, he was writing the music about COVID, and he wrote part for me. We just recorded it. We played it here. I hope he's going to write more, because I really love him. I love his music. And we just bought a new microphone with my son. We recorded first piece yesterday that was acceptable, because recordings at home is extremely hard. I probably trying to record several pieces. And we will see, because, people are really getting tired from online concerts. It's going on. Maybe in the fall it's going to get better, and we can organize here the concert of Trovatore. And I would like to, I'm planning with Ala Milstein the concert of Russian songs, Rachmaninoff and Tchaikovsky. So maybe we're going to do something like that.
That sounds like a beautiful program to hear two Russian artists of your voices like yours to come together and do music that you feel such a connection with.
I also did this concert in Berlin with a composer. He's not a composer, piano player, but he's a conductor. He's getting really famous right now, Berlin Naylor. And after this concert, I was invited to Russian embassy in Berlin with my solo program. So what I did. So I think I need to come back to that in that time, because it doesn't require a lot of people around.
Well, thank you, Natasha, so much for joining us today on Music Matters 2020. We wish you all the best, and until we can make music together again, I can't wait for that to happen.
Oh, I would love to end our Verdi Requiem project that is
definitely in the works.
Going to happen. And let's listen to our last video from our concert. And thank you again for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Before we play the final video, I'm going to give my announcement. Please, if you like tonight's program, please subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit that bell for the most up-to-date information on upcoming guests and topics. Like us on Facebook. Share this video along with friends and with colleagues. We're trying to grow our audience so that the conversation mushrooms out to many more people. So remember, keep music alive.
Comme les hommes des écrits, dans cette île de